tagged on Instagram to tell 20 facts about myself. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, you know what, I should do this on YouTube instead of Instagram. I know that's probably breaking the tag rules because I have so many new people following me on YouTube as opposed to Instagram. So if you want to know who I am, here's a little bit more to get to know me. I am a professional performer. I've been singing, dancing, acting since I was a very small child, and I've been really fortunate to do it for most of my life and actually get paid doing it. I've traveled the world performing. Singing is my #1 passion. I absolutely love to sing, and dancing and acting are definitely way up there as well. I've done a lot of things like production shows that you would see in Las Vegas. I've done a lot of national tours of different musical theater shows. I've done tours that go around the world. I've worked on cruise ships doing Vegas-style production shows. I've worked doing my own show with my husband, who is a phenomenal ballet dancer, and I've been really very fortunate and blessed to do that for the majority of my life. I grew up in many different places. I grew up in Hawaii for the first 5 to 6 years of my life, and then I lived in Florida, I lived in Tennessee, I lived in Nevada, I moved back to Hawaii, I've lived in Arizona. So I've moved a lot. So I don't consider myself to be from one particular place, which I think is really wonderful because it kind of gives you a travel bug. And then once I started working professionally and I was traveling all over the world, it just felt very natural to me. I love to explore new cultures, new places. Travel is like one of my absolute favorite things to do. I've been really spoiled because I've been traveling basically the last almost 20 years now, working and performing, and just finding somewhere new all the time becomes really addictive, and I just love to travel. I have lived in Las Vegas and traveled in and out of Vegas for work and worked in Las Vegas for the last 9 years. Recently, about 3 months ago, me and my husband decided to move, and we're going to finally have a house of our own. When you have such a traveling lifestyle, you really never have those things that normal people have, and I was totally fine with that, but at the same time, I feel like now I'm ready to be in one spot. Although the travel bug is not gone, I have to say I still really feel like traveling. Every day I wake up and I'm like, what can I do? Where can I go? That's different and special. A lot of people are talking about minimalism, and I feel like it's really a buzzword to throw around there. If you look on YouTube, there's so many videos on minimalism, and I haven't ever posted anything about that, mostly because I just feel like it's not anything new to me. I've been minimal since I was a child. I hated clutter. I hate having extra things that are of no use. I was always cleaning and organizing from the time I was about 10 years old, mopping the floor and making everything as minimal as possible, always giving things away, always going to the thrift store. That's just who I am. I hate to have an excess of things, and now people are starting to wake up and see environmentally it's not good to have an excess of things. It's not good for your pocketbook, and it's just not good for your state of mind, and I think that's really wonderful that people are starting to get there and like wake up to that fact, because it's very, very serious, especially nowadays. But I just consider myself to have always been a minimalist, and that's just my favorite way to live my life. When you're traveling all the time, you have to pack light. You cannot go around carrying large amounts of stuff through airports, through different seaports, through all these places. You need to be able to carry what you have in your hands. And honestly, that's the way that I've lived for the past 15 to 20 years. The amount of things that I have are very minimal. They could probably fit into a really small room. And I feel really happy about that. Now that we're going to be living somewhere permanently, I will be getting some more things. Like, we don't even have a couch, but the things that we actually need and not things in excess. I catch myself oftentimes daydreaming of the ocean, growing up in Hawaii and growing up in Florida, and then living on a ship for so many months out of my years for the past however many years long. I always see the ocean. I can be sitting in traffic and I'll daydream about lying on the beach somewhere. I always daydream about island life. I daydream about Hawaii. And I know that ultimately I do want to live either in Hawaii or some kind of island life. A lot of people may think that's a very simple kind of dream, but I think it's very freeing, and it's something that I think about every single day. I have other interests besides performing and singing and dancing and acting, and I'm going to share a couple of those with you. So first, I really enjoy yoga and Pilates. I have part of my hours for certification for yoga, and I'm going to continue with that. I am a certified Pilates instructor. I am a certified group fitness instructor, so I've taught spinning, kickboxing, you name it, I've taught it. I really enjoy exercise. My absolute favorite way to do yoga right now is aerial yoga. It is just wonderful. It blends the kind of relaxation of yoga and the stretching of yoga mixed with aerial arts, which I have a little bit of experience in and I really, really enjoy. It's such a wonderful way to decompress the spine, and I plan on getting certified in that in 2017. Another thing that I would love to see happen is to become some kind of vegan chef or raw chef. As you know, if you watch my channel, I love food. I'm very passionate about vegan food choices and the health that it brings to people's bodies, minds, everything. Everything about going vegan is so wonderful. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to, but I understand that it's not for everyone. However, something that I really want to do is become a chef of some sort. I love to cook and prepare raw vegan food and just regular vegan food as well. Another passion of mine is nutrition, of course, which goes hand in hand with all the vegan stuff on my channel. And I'm planning on in 2017 getting a plant-based nutrition certificate. I'm really excited to go through this program. I think it will just continue to enhance the things that I really believe in and I have seen work in my life and my family's life by changing to a plant-based diet, so I'm super excited about that. I have had so many odd jobs in my life in between performing gigs. I've done it all. One time I was hired by someone to be a plant on the Las Vegas Strip to help them propose to their girlfriend. I've done many weird random jobs like that for money, and things that I've also done are clean people's houses. I have organized closets, I'm really good at organizing, and just the most random things. You know, if you're good at something, it doesn't matter if it's a lowly task or not, you should just do it with energy and passion, and then as soon as you're finished with that, you can go on to the things that you really want to do. I love reading books, and recently I read a book about the Blue Zones by Dan Buettner, I think that's the way you say his name, and it was really a wonderful story about, if you don't know what a blue zone is, it's areas in the world where people on a large scale are living past 100 years old, and kind of the practices that they have used throughout their whole life, and kind of connecting those two together, the things that they do on a daily basis and how it connects them to living a long, happy life. I highly recommend that book. It's really a great book. It talks not only about diet, which surprise, surprise, is mostly plant-based, with the rare exception of meat every once in a while, like I'm talking like once a month or once a year. Being outside, getting enough vitamin D from the sun, not being scared of the sun. It talks about being around family and friends, having a tight social knit, group of people that you see often and you are involved in other people's lives. And it also talks about religion and having a source of faith and a time of rest. So all those things are very important. We hear that all the time, but these people are really truly living testimonies of it, so I highly recommend that book. Since going vegan, I have tried many different approaches to a vegan diet. There's lots of them out there, and I think they all hold some kind of value to them. I've tried Raw Till 4, which is a high-carb, low-fat diet, mixing raw foods and cooked foods. I have tried a high-fat diet, using only raw foods, so like a lot of nut-based things. And I have tried a raw 80-10-10 style, low-fat, high-carb lifestyle. And I have to say, for me personally, I found a good blend between all of those. I think that the high-raw, high-fat diet with lots of things made from nuts creates a lot of, creates a door of opportunity for lots of different recipes. You can use nuts for so many things, it's amazing. But I also find that that makes me fat. So if I do use those recipes, I use them in moderation. I have found that for me, if I need to drop weight quickly and healthfully, a completely raw, high-carb, low-fat vegan diet is the best. But I find on a day-to-day basis for myself, the easiest thing to maintain is what I think people call a high-raw diet, meaning that I eat probably 80 to 90% raw, and then at dinner time I will on occasion have either boiled potatoes, steamed vegetables, and whole grain brown rice. Those, in combined with all raw food, seem to work the best for me personally, so that's where I'm at right now. Once a week I try to do a fast, so I fast from lunch until lunch the next day, and on that same day I also do an enema. Now I know that might seem really gross to you. I have a video out about fasting and doing enemas, so you can check those throughout my channel, but it's really important to give your your digestive system a day off. And I find that the best way to fast is truly from lunch to lunch, because if you think about it, you've eaten breakfast, you have a nice lunch that's going to last you through the rest of the day, and then you wake up in the morning and you don't have breakfast again, and then you have lunch. So you're sleeping for the majority of the time that you're fasting, and it really does give your system a full time to take a break and just clean up house a little bit. And if you do it on a regular basis of once a week, it is really beneficial over the long term. And as far as enemas go, enemas are a great way, or if you don't feel comfortable doing an enema to yourself, you can go get a colonic. There is so much mucoid plaque that builds up in your intestines through your lifetime that it's very important to cleanse that out. People have been doing this for hundreds of years. There's nothing crazy about it. It's just water, and it's really wonderful to help clean out your system. I will be going on a trip to Mexico in a couple of weeks, and I can't wait. I'm going to be vlogging that journey for you guys, so you can kind of see what my husband and I are going to be eating. It will actually be his first time trying to eat fully raw, and I think it's kind of a great way to do it because we don't have access to a kitchen. And it'll be a great thing that we can share together, so I'm excited for that. My favorite fruit is mango. My favorite vegetable is butter lettuce. My favorite color is black. And the thing that I could eat every single day would be a large salad. I know that sounds so lame, but it's true. I love salad. I feel really great when I have lots of greens in my diet. Oh, the other thing I could probably eat every single day, and I think I do, is a green smoothie. I have lots of smoothie recipes down in my recipes portion of my channel if you want to check those out. So, okay, I hope you learned a little bit more about me. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, so you can see lots of videos about veganism, natural beauty products, traveling. And thank you guys, as always, so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.